So what we're doing today, we're going to be changing out this, you can see tie rod end boot, which is split and leaking. We're going to change the actual boot itself. Now this might be the same with other Japanese models cars. The tie rod itself is in good shape, it's still strong. So we're not changing this, we're just going to change the boot. So we've jacked up the car, we've got safety, and the car's jacked up from the front. And so what we're dealing with today is a Honda Accord Mark 8. Again, this can be done perhaps on many Japanese cars have got the same setup. Now what we've got is a replacement part. Here it is. It's a new rubber boot, which will replace that, and it will just come straight off with a special technique which I'll show you in a minute, and then we'll show you how to fit this new one on. Just going to knock out the split pin to start with. Okay, so we just want to get a 19mm socket to remove the nut here. What I've also done is I've put a jack underneath the lower ball joint to take the pressure off the arm when I take the nut off. So you might want to think about doing that. Okay, so that nut's off. So what we're going to do, we're going to sort of give this a little clean up, and then I'm going to turn this just 180 degrees, so we've got this to rest on when we do the rest of our job. So here's our new part. Now if you have a look at it, it's just a normal rubber boot seal that we'll sort of replace and go on here like so. But on the bottom you've got what you call a metal plate inside the bottom ridge here, and what that does, that goes over a metal section just at the bottom of here. So I'm going to show you that in a second when I get this off. And the way I'm going to get this off is I'm going to get a chisel into see that metal section just there, a little groove. Now that will pry off this here, and I'll show you that in a sec. You might not be able to see this very well, but the chisel is just now in between the groove. Can you see a little mark in there? So I've made a little tap, and then get the chisel in between that groove, and then we're going to chip away and then get that out. And not much was needed at all. We just got that in there, and then prized it up, and there we go, it's off. And as you can see, that's the seating ring where this new one will sit in. Just in this seating ring here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that old one off, give it a clean up, put some grease into the new one, and change up the grease in there, and then we're going to show you a way of how to get this, hammer this home. Yeah, that wasn't looking in a good state at all, was it? There we go. There you go. I am at the end of my life. Okay. Okay, let's get a new one in. Okay, I think that's cleaned up enough. As I said, the ball joint is still in good nick, and the arm is still good, so we've just saved ourselves a bit of money here. Now you can get this off of, well, I got it off of Autodoc with some other parts, about £2 to £3. I mean, on eBay you get these about £8 or £9, but you know, for the sake of keeping the original equipment and it's still working, then it just saves an alignment and everything else later. Unless, I know some of you will probably say that once this is off you need to get a realignment anyway, but that's definitely will be considered either way. All right, yeah, so what we're doing now, just going to coat this with a bit of silicone just to lube it up. Any left in there? There we go, just to make it nice and supple. Like, make sure you use silicone, because this is obviously something which is not so damaging to rubber. Okay, so we've just packed out the bush with a bit of grease as well, and not overdone it, but just made it, you know, so it could complement what I've done on here. And then we'll show you how to get this baby home. Okay, so what we want to do next, we want to get ourselves one of these sockets here. Okay, so this is a long socket, as you see, because of the head of this. You want something to literally go over that without being snagged. Okay, so it has to be a long socket, and I've chosen 30. 32 might work, but I tried it, I've done it on the other side successfully, so the 30 is fine. I've just put a bit of tape here just to protect the bush. So what we're going to do, we'll just grab the bush, okay, and then we're just gonna pop it in there, and then as you can sort of see, this will fit quite snug. Nicely, no pressure, just slides in there. Remember, I've got the silicone on it, so it's quite slippery. It just sits in there, and as you can see, the seat of the bush with the metal in there inside this ring will then go over and then sit nicely on this plate here, and then obviously the ridge, the plate will go over that and then fit snugly. So let's go and do that now. Okay, so let's get this in position. All right, so remember my bush is in there. I'm going to go over the top. Okay, and then hopefully we can see what's going on here. Okay, so the bush is going on top of the thing here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to hit this home with a hammer on the top. As you can see from the top there, there's the top of the actual tie rod as well, so it's not being snagged by anything. And then we're going to knock this home carefully, so we have to do it in a way where obviously that just seats nicely all the way around. So as I move it with my hand, you can see it wants to go down. It can't be pushed down, but also the knuckle of the here is going to sort of act as our sort of table, if you like, as we hit this home. I haven't hit this home yet, but this is just I've just taken that off just to show you what it looks like before it gets hit home. All right, and then so now we're going to just put that on top and then do the job. Okay, so I've hit this home from the hammer. I've actually gone round, sort of ran slightly around, gently around the edges, just to make sure all edges is in. To take this off, see what we've got. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like it's fitted quite snugly around the edges. So what we're going to do is just going to clean up this grease as well. Everything seems to be in place from the back. Let's have a look. Yep, looks okay. And then we're going to move the grease and show the finished product. Okay, so that's the finished job. It's all in now, so we're just going to put that back. Okay, so that's the tie rod back on there. So what we're going to do, we're going to tie that down to the recommended torque spec. Okay, so we've just got our thing done down to 44 Newton meters. So that's on our torque wrench up to the 42 plus 2. Okay, and then we're just going to put our split pin back, and then it looks all right, doesn't it? I think so. Hopefully it'll last and pass the MOT. Okay, and that's all for a couple of pounds and a little bit of time. Okay. So also just to let you know that this nut, I think it was original equipment, is 19, somewhere 17. But again, I think this would be for like Honda Accords, some Toyotas. I actually found this on the YouTube as well. I think someone in America had done it on the Subaru. But before you go and changing the whole arm, see if you can just find one of these and get that changed out. You take care, and if you enjoyed just this tutorial, although it's quite a basic one, just like. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.